Hey, folks, I'm glad all of you are here. I'm seeing the numbers starting to climb now from all the attendees. We're happy about that. We've got a great opportunity for you tonight and some great information for you. And my good friend Ty Cohen is going to share this with you. Let me fill you in on a few things, folks. I'm excited to bring you today's presentation to you because this is a business model that is totally different from everything else that you may have seen or tried. And it's something that generates income month after month after month for years and years to come. With this, you'll be able to tap into Amazon's nearly 500 million customer database. Now, that's no crap. That's full access to what Amazon has available to you from their customer database with this model. So you want to pay close attention today. Note, I didn't say subscribers. Amazon has a 500 million customers, all with credit card numbers on file, who are ready to buy what you have to sell them. So one of the easiest, most profitable things to sell on Amazon these days are ebooks. Yes, ebooks. And with us today, and someone who is known as an Amazon Kindle King, and is going to show you a simple three-step process that he uses to make killing publishing Kindle ebooks to the tune of a consistent monthly passive income. He's a family guy, someone who cares for and adores his wife and children. And if you follow him on Facebook, you'll see that he is a family and are world travelers. From London to Canada to France to Thailand to the Caribbean, they travel the world while Zamicon income continues to come in. So, with that said, I want to bring on none other than Ty Cohen, Mr. Ty Cohen. When it comes to creating passive income streams, everybody, this guy is the master. So, Ty, can you take over here and get us informed?
Hey TJ, I'm glad and happy to be here. We had a great conversation just before the start of this, and I can't wait to continue that. And folks, I'm excited. I hope you're as excited as I am. I actually just got back from a cruise, so sometimes we need a well-deserved vacation, and this definitely was one where I said I'm going to sit back and not do anything, and I did exactly that. As TJ mentioned, one of the things that I really like to do is travel, and I've got my wife a little bit too used to traveling to the point that she likes to do it a lot as well. And with this system, we've developed a process for creating income that allows us to do just that, where Amazon pays for a lot of our travel as well as other things. So if you're ready to see this, give me a big yes in the questions box. I want you to use that questions box as well for just that, to ask questions. So as I go through this entire presentation, if there's anything that you don't understand or want more clarity on, let me know. Okay, so use the questions box. Now, I want to make sure that before I start, you can see my screen. You should see a screen that says starting now and that you can hear my voice. If you can see my screen and hear my voice, give me a big yes. All right, let's see. Give me a yes if you can see my screen, right? And if you can hear my voice. So we've got a yes from Carol. Carol says she can't see the slides. TJ, can you see the slides?
I do.
Sony says yes. All right. Carol says she can see them now. Great. Joy says yes. Catherine says yes. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like everyone can see them. And Carl says yes, the slides are there as well. So we're going to rock and roll. Let's get into this. So my goal is to show you how publishing short 20-page ebooks on Amazon.com can be a highly profitable, easy, and extremely lucrative way to generate income, leads, and massive commissions for years and years to come without your competition ever knowing how you did it. That was a mouthful, but it's 100% true. And that's why I love this entire process, because no one has to know what you're doing, and you can do very well with this. You can make a boatload of money and no one knows, right? So first, what is a Kindle? Let's talk about what exactly is a Kindle and why it's so important to anyone who's looking for a long-lasting way to make money. Well, as many of you know, I'm sure that you probably have a Kindle device. The Kindle is a portable ebook reader that does so many things, such as you can use it to shop for, download, browse, and read ebooks, as well as now you can actually use it to some of the Kindle devices, depending on what model you have, to purchase items directly off of Amazon as well. So when Amazon came up with what we're going to be covering here, the Kindle Direct Publishing platform and the Kindle device itself, they literally changed an entire industry. They changed the publishing industry as we knew it, right? To the point where anyone now who has content can use Amazon's platform to make that content available to a global audience. And as TJ mentioned, I mean, Amazon literally has, like, literally over 500 million credit card numbers on file. How many people have ordered from Amazon already, or at some point? Right? How many people have ordered from Amazon at some point in their life? Give me a yes if you have, right? I know I have, and we often have multiple Amazon orders that come in, sometimes on a weekly basis. So right now, there's over 7 billion prospects that are on the face of the earth. And by that, I mean, one of the other brilliant things that Amazon did was they said, okay, we realized that not everyone will purchase a Kindle device, but how do we make our ebooks and the digital content that we have available, how do we put it in front of everyone? So what they did was they said, we'll create an app, and this is going to be the Kindle e-reader app that you can download and use on any of the devices that you see here on your screen. So like your desktop, your laptops, your iPhones, if you still have a BlackBerry, right? I know there's a few people that are still hanging on to those. You can literally use the Kindle app on any of these devices and still read ebooks and actually go in and shop for and download content and consume it directly from your mobile device. Now, the system that I'm going to share with you is the exact same system that I recently used to buy my mom a house and paid cash for it, right? That's how lucrative this entire process can be. It's something that I've been doing for many, many, many years. It's something that never gets saturated, right? When you think about books and the number of books that are continuously published and have been published over the years, they never stop. And it's something that you can consistently use to generate passive recurring revenue from. So let's jump right into it. Here's a testimonial that I got from one of my students, Brian. And this guy is actually a professor up at Penn State. And he says, I wanted to update you since I've been doing a lot more with the system. Over the past 70 days, my Kindle business has more than doubled. This month will be my first $5,000 month. I want to thank you for all of your guidance and inspiration. And then he goes on to talk about his monthly goal is to get to $10,000 a month. Now, here's another one of my students, Tracy Royster. She says, good morning, Ty. My ebook has sold 5 copies this week. Now, you might be thinking 5 copies is not, a lot, but she literally just got started with the system 2 days prior to sending this message. So you can quickly get results with this program. Here's another one of my students, Darren DeVry. He's 66 years old. He's over in Perth, Australia. So you can literally do this no matter where on the planet you live. And he says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow the Kindle cash flow system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales. And he signs off, Darren DeVry. All right. So it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter where you are. As a matter of fact, I actually used my daughter as a guinea pig when I first put this program together, and she was about 13 years old, and she's now generating consistently $5,000 a month with it. Okay. You are at ground level, okay, of what I call a new age diamond mine. As a matter of fact, it's a digital age diamond mine. And I want to share some of what I've been able to make using this system and actually just playing around with it before I created a streamlined process. Now, the reason why I have the words playing around in quotes is because when I first got to the point where I got introduced to this entire program, and I've been part of a Kindle Direct Publishing platform, like I said, for many, many years. As a matter of fact, Amazon personally invited me to become a beta tester before they released it out to the public. And at that point, I was a little bit skeptical. I also had shiny object syndrome. How many people have shiny object syndrome? Meaning I was trying too many things at once. So when I got my first check, it was in the amount of $2,297.30. Now, because I was trying to do just too many things, right, meaning too many businesses, I didn't see the opportunity in this. It wasn't until 30 days later when I received another check, and mind you, I didn't do anything differently. I didn't have to do any additional work. But 30 days later, I received another check. This is the passive income stream, that I'm talking about, the recurring income stream, in the amount of $2,873.13. Now, at this point, the wheels are starting to turn, and I say, wow, well, what else can I do with this? There must be something to this, right? And I start to publish a few more books, and I start to test a couple of things like price points, which I'll share with you later on in this training. And the next month, I saw another increase. I went from $2,873 up to $4,462.53. Now, at this point, I'm really excited, right? Because this is one of the easiest, quickest, most successful things that I've done online, right, up until this point. So I start to continue with it. I leave everything else to the side and I focus on just this. And then the next month, I get another check and it's in the amount of $8,403.84. And it just continues to snowball and grow and grow and grow to the point where I consistently see checks in the amount of $30,000, $40,000, and even $50,000 during the holiday season at times. Now, I no longer receive checks in the mail because you don't want checks in the amount of 30, 40, even $10,000 floating around in the mail. So I've now since switched my deposit option to what's known as the EFT, electronic funds transfers. So I have Amazon make these deposits directly to my bank every month. And here's the beautiful thing. They never fail. So every month I receive my deposits like clockwork. Isn't this a beautiful thing? Right? So give me a big yes if you like to know how this is done. Let's see. I need a couple of yeses here. Give me a big yes if you'd like to know how exactly this is done. Because there's a lot of people that publish on Amazon, but you don't get anywhere near the results that I get, right? So obviously there's some things that I'm doing a lot differently. There's things that I've taught my students that they're doing a lot differently in order for them to get the results as well, right? So now, this is also the perfect lead generator. So if you look at this, I've been able to generate 352 new contacts in just the last 30 days for a total of just under 18,000 contacts. Now, you can generate leads off of Amazon, and these are the perfect leads because these are people that are accustomed to buying online. And what can you do with these leads? You can sell them other stuff, right? So you can sell them affiliate products, you can sell them your own products, you can sell the leads if you want to. So, have you ever heard of the saying, the money is in the list? So this is an awesome way of not only generating income using this model, but also using it to build up a pretty powerful list. And with a list, there's a lot that you can do. As a matter of fact, to give you an example, TJ has a list, and he's used that list, right, to inform you of this webinar. That's why you're here, because you're on his list. He sent out an email and he says, hey, we have a webinar and you're now on this list. So when you have a list, those are just some of the things that you can do. You become the circle of influence, right? So now, what makes this entire process different? All right. Well, one of the things is, number one, it's a real business. It's a business where you're joining forces with a name that's globally recognized, Amazon.com, right? They have like a huge market share. There's a 7 billion person marketplace out there, and it's a system that's easy to make money and drive leads with continuously. Okay. So now, there's nothing special about me. You can do this once you have the correct system. As a matter of fact, I'm a big believer in how many people have ever read the book The E-Myth? And the E-Myth talks about why some people are successful where others are not, right? Well, the whole premise behind the E-Myth is being able to have the correct systems. And when you have the right system in place, you are now able to create this this process for doing anything extremely well, right? So it took me years and years and years of testing and tweaking to create the perfect system, and that's the system that I'm going to give you here during this presentation. So I say that to say that there's nothing special about me. I started working out as a clerk at Walgreens Pharmacy, but it took me years to perfect this system, right? Many years of time and money invested. And when I first got started, my goal was to just pay a couple of bills, right? So my disclaimer to you is you will most likely not make thousands and thousands of dollars from the first ebook that you publish. Now, can you get there? Absolutely. But it's not going to be the first day, the first night, and the first hour that you publish an ebook, I just want to be 100% transparent with you because I'm tired of folks coming on and doing webinars and trainings where they're throwing out these huge numbers and they're telling you that you're going to make this amount of money like instantly, overnight. Yes, you can do this, but it's not going to happen overnight. It does happen, but it doesn't happen in 24 hours. Now, when I first got started, I just wanted to cover a couple of bills. Like I wanted to make $500, $1,000 a month, and it totally blew up. So this is a long-lasting business model that you can consistently generate income from for many, many years. So now I'm going to give you 3 steps to publishing best-selling Kindle books on Amazon. And step 1 is going to be how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes, even if you've never done anything like this before. And this applies to both fact and fiction. Okay. And step 2, we're going to go into 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast, even if you dislike writing, right? Even if you're not a writer, even if you have never written anything in your life. I'll show you how to get your content created and how to publish that to Amazon. Step 3, I'll show you how to publish and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily so that you can start making sales. So we'll go through all of these processes. And I think you're going to really enjoy how this is all put in place. So for step 1, I use what's known as the Google Keyword Planner to find a best-selling book idea and to come up with a killer title in minutes. Super easy stuff, right? So let's jump directly into this part of it. So the first thing I do is I go over to Google and I type in the words Google Keyword Planner. Now, I don't want you to do this right now because I want you to stay focused on what I'm sharing with you. I don't want you to get lost. But when you go over to Google and you type in Google Keyword Planner, you'll see the first or second result is usually the Keyword Planner. You click onto either one of those and you'll see a control panel that looks similar to what you see here on your screen now. Now, for the most part, right, it may look a little bit different. They do change it up from time to time, but it functions the same. Here, you're going to see a drop-down menu, and you're going to select search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. And here is where you'll enter the phrase, the keyword, or the book idea that you're considering publishing to Amazon. So in this example, I'm using the phrase dreams interpretation, right? And you're going to select all locations, all languages, Google and search partners, and then you'll hit get ideas. Now, on the next page, what you're going to see is Google is going to show you, on average, how many monthly searches come in for not only the phrase that you entered, but also similar phrases. So, for example, meaning of dreams, right? 18,100 monthly searches are conducted for that phrase every single month. Dream meaning, 2,900. Dreams and their meanings, 590. And so on and so on. Now, there's 2 very important parts to this section here. The first is I found that if you can get your combined global monthly search volume to be between 10,000 to 100,000, then as my friends over in the UK say, you've hit the honey spot. All right? So between 10,000 to 100,000, right? So I hope everyone has that. That's the first thing. And the reason why is because, anything less than 10,000 and the marketplace is just not big enough, right? It's just not big enough. It's not worth putting in your time and your effort. And anything more than 10,000, and then you've got a universe that's just too big. So every book that I publish, when I'm doing my market research, I want to make sure that the numbers are between 10,000 to 100,000. Now, does that make sense? I don't want to move on until I'm sure that that makes sense to everyone. So give me a yes if that makes sense. All right. All right. We've got Michael, Joanne, Joy, Sonia, Catherine. Everyone's saying yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Okay, great. So now you folks are getting it. So thank you as well. And the other reason why I love using the Google Keyword Planner is because you can also come up with some awesome titles, subtitles, and main titles, right? So for example, you'll see here I have highlighted the phrase meaning of dreams. That would make an awesome title for your ebook. Here's another phrase that I have highlighted, dreams and their meanings, which would also make a great title. So for example, one of the things that I like to do with my titles is I'll come in, and first off, let me back up. Not every single phrase is going to make a good potential title because some of them just grammatically don't make sense. Like dream meaning doesn't make sense, right? Dreams meaning, dream meanings, these don't make sense. Meanings of dreams, those don't make sense either. But the ones that do make sense are perfect titles. Okay, not only are they perfect titles, but you also get the search volume. So you have people that are searching for those phrases, which is super important, and I'll show you why in just a few moments. Now, when I come in and I start to cherry pick some titles, potential titles, I also like to go in and I'll create this list of potential titles. So you want to write those down. So now let's move ahead here. Um, Again, very important to use this area also to conduct market research and to come up with your titles. Now, one of the questions that I get is, why do I use the Google Keyword Planner to find titles? Well, the reason why is if you craft your titles correctly, you increase the chances of them ranking high within both Amazon and Google search engines. So you really have like two multi-billion-dollar companies that are working to help you to sell more books. And I want to show you an example of exactly how this works. Let's say there's an ebook on Amazon. It's titled How to Market and Sell Your Ebook, right? You have someone who goes over to Google and they're totally unaware that there's already something available on Amazon. If you're just doing a general search on Google, if they have an ebook of their own, they're looking to get more sales, if they type in how to market and sell your ebook, take a look at what comes up after they hit search. So the first area that shows up here, for the most part, we're familiar with this, right? What are these? Let's see who gets it first. What is this yellow shaded area here? Uh, let's see. Michael says they are ads. Absolutely, Michael. Yes. So for the most part, we realize that those are paid placement ads, and we kind of gloss over those, right? We don't pay too much attention to those. What we do focus on is this area, the organic listings, right? The organic search rankings here. And if you look at it, what are the first two listings that you see here? You see this one, and then you see this one. Well, which one stands out the most? The first one or the second one? Put your answer in the chat box there. The first one or the second one? Which one stands out the most? Absolutely. So we're saying some people that say the first one, some people are saying the second, the Amazon listing, right? Carol says the second, Joy says the second, Rhonda says the first, Michael the first, right? Reggie is saying the second one. Well, if you said the second one, the Amazon listing, you're 100% right, and it stands out for several reasons. Who can get a few of the reasons why? Why do you think that one stands out so much? And remember, so we're using these titles that we're getting directly from our Google market research, and we're incorporating them into our ebook titles, right? Which is helping these books to get listed in Google, which is brilliant, as Joseph just said, right? So yeah, so it stands out because the stars, right? Says Carl. Carol also says the stars. Review says Joy. So you see the stars, there's 47 5-star reviews there. A few other reasons why it stands out. It's coming directly from Amazon, right? Amazon holds an immense amount of weight and credibility. When you order something from Amazon, there's no doubt that you're going to get it, right? Amazon's our magic genie. The other reason why is what are a few other reasons? You can see the review below, says Carol, right? So the excitement of the first few chapters builds an incredible momentum, a growing belief that you, dear writer, can actually do this. You see that it's in stock as well. You see what category it's in. So there's a few reasons why, again, this one stands out. And when you go in, you conduct your market research in a way that I showed you, and also use some of the phrases that Google gives you to title your ebooks with, then you really, right, make this process a lot simpler. Does that make sense? Let me know if everyone gets that before I move on. Because I want to make sure, I think that when someone is teaching a webinar, it's super important for the presenter to make sure that everyone gets it. Makes sense. Okay. Perfect sense. Super smart. Awesome. Okay. So let's move on here. So now here's another example, right? Let's say you have an ebook on Amazon titled Money, Wealth, Life Insurance. You have someone that's interested in learning more about money, wealth, and insurance. They go over to Google and they type in money, wealth, insurance. Take a look at what happens. Not only does your book appear on the first listing, first page, but first and second position. If we go back, right? Same thing here. Not only did it appear on the first page, but it appeared in the second position. Super valuable real estate here. All right, to do this, you would pay big money, and it would also take a super long time if you did it the traditional way. But because you're doing it the way in which I'm showing you here, it's much faster and it doesn't cost you a thing. All right, so if you look at this, and this is out of 134 million results we're getting our books listed on Google, right? So we're pretty much jumping ahead of a line. So now here's another example: how to retire happy, wild, and free. You've got an ebook on Amazon. You have someone that goes over to Google. They type in how to retire free and take a look at where your ebook is listed, right? First page, first and second position. So it gives you a lot of really good visibility, gives you a ton of traffic. And what is traffic good for? Traffic is good for generating sales. So it's a great way to make money here. So now, step one, I hope everyone took notes there, was to use the Google Keyword Planner to find hot topics and to create titles, right? So did everyone grab that? Did you all make notes there? So we're going to jump directly into the next portion of this because titles are so important for sales and to the success that you'll have when it comes to publishing ebooks on Amazon. I put a lot of effort into crafting good titles and titles that are going to catch a potential reader's attention. And one of the things that I came up with is what I call my title enhancers. And these are literally elements that I add to my titles that have helped me to double and triple sales over the years. So after months of testing, I found that simply adding the following elements to my titles can dramatically increase sales. Let's take a look at a couple of these title enhancers. Now, title enhancers work so well because they directly answer the questions that your prospects are asking themselves in their head. For example, let's say you have an ebook titled, these are two different ebooks, right? You've got one titled How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, and you have one just titled Learn to Stain Your Deck. Both of these are on Amazon. You've got someone that's interested in deck staining. They want to learn how to do it the right way. And they see two ebooks. They see one titled How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, and then they see one titled Learn to Stain Your Deck. Which of the two ebooks do you think would stick out the most if they're side by side? Number one, on the left-hand side, How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, or number two, How to Stain Your Deck. Which of the two do you think would stand out the most? Give me a one or a two. And while you're putting your answers in, I'm going to take a quick drink of water. I'm getting a bit perched here. I'm having fun with this, folks. So we've got the ones coming in. We've got the twos coming in. Looks like a house divided here. One or two, which one do you think would make the most sense? All right, awesome. So if you said number one, give yourself a pat on the back because again, it answers the question. Thank you, Sonia, that people are asking themselves in their head when they visit uh anywhere that sells books or information and they're looking for info, right? They want to have their question answered. And when you incorporate that into your title, it automatically does that on a subconscious level where there's not too much thought that has to be put into place on your end. So now let's take a look at a few other title enhancers, right? So we have how to and quickest way to. So adding the phrase quickest way to your title always helps to increase sales, right? So for example, 21 quickest ways to make money online versus something like the guide to making money on the web. Or we've got something like the fastest way to, right? The fastest way to get your nursing degree versus something like Health Quad's nursing guide. Or something like easy ways to, right? Quick and easy ways to lose weight versus the fast and slow way or the slow and hard way to lose weight. We have things like title enhancers like tips to, right? Where you can incorporate that into your title and it becomes the world's best kept tips to losing weight. People always want the quickest way. They want the fastest way. They want to learn how to. They want the easy way to do something. They want tips on how to do something. So anytime when you can incorporate these phrases into your titles, you dramatically increase the sales potential. All right. So let me know if that makes sense and if you totally got that. All right. Great, 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 great. I love the interaction here, folks. So now here's the next thing. Let's move on, moving on to even more. Another thing that I love to do with this Google Keyword Planner is I like to take my idea or my topic or my subject, right? With a keyword, and then I'll take a title enhancer, such as how to or quickest way to or fastest way, and I'll mash them together, and I'll create this mashup. And when you hit search, take a look at it, right? So what you have here is Google is going to tell you how many people search for not only the main phrase that you put into the search bar here, right? But also similar phrases. So for example, the phrase how to garden, right? Google says 45.5 million people searched for that phrase over the last 30 days. Now, is that within our desired search criteria? Yes or no? 45.5 million people searched for the phrase how to garden within the last 30 days. Let's see who gets it first. Is that within our desired search criteria? Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, that's a big number, Catherine. Catherine says, wow. Right? There you go. The kill says no. Joyce says no. No, it's absolutely not. We've got a few kills on here, it looks like. It's not. We want to be between, let me know, where do we want to be between? What number, right? What did I say? Now, luckily for us, Google also gives us similar phrases that people are searching for that we can also use, right, when we're conducting our market research. So the phrase how to make a garden, 201,000 global monthly searches. How to design a garden, 550,000 global monthly searches. How to build a raised garden bed, 12,100 global monthly searches. How to plant a garden, 301,000 global monthly searches. Which of these four would make the best, right, search phrase to publish a book around? Number one, number two, number three, and number four. Let's see who gets it here. Number one, number two, number three, and number four. You folks have been paying attention. I love it. I love it. I love it. So absolutely, number three, right? How to build a raised garden bed. How to build a raised garden bed. All right. So there you go. So not only does this make the ideal uh, subject to create an ebook around, right? But it does so for several reasons. Number one, it's just a killer title, right? How to build a raised garden bed. Like that alone could be the ebook title. And then we could probably add on to that, right? So we'll talk about that in just a second. The other thing is it's within our desired monthly search volume, right? We talked about 10,000 to 100,000. Okay. The other thing is, I mean, it just, if you there's 12,000 people that are searching for this phrase, how to build a raised garden bed. Do you think if you had an ebook with that title, with that subject matter, published on Amazon, do you think you would get a couple of sales in? Absolutely. You could get a ton of sales in. All right? There's a super strong chance, as Catherine just put. As a matter of fact, maybe I should have kept this one to myself here. So don't tell my wife that I'm giving away the goods here. But absolutely. So, and we can even add on to this so that it has a great subtitle, right? So something like how to build a raised garden bed in a weekend, or how to build a raised garden bed on a budget, or how to build a raised garden bed for organics. Do you see how that works out? So there's so much that you can do with this. Now, remember, folks, like when you have a system, this entire process becomes much easier, as it is here, as you can see here. How many people think that this is easy so far? Everything that I've shared with you is super easy to do. Easy, easy, easy. The easies are coming in so far. All right? Absolutely. There we go. I love it. So let's continue to move on here. So now we're going to move into step 2. 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast, even if you just like writing. Okay, so now in my preferred order, there are 3 very simple ways to get content to sell. I've used all 3 of these, and all are super easy to do. Even if you're a newbie, the first is to get someone else to write it for you. I use this option a lot, and I've paid as little as $100 to $125 to have people write content for me, where you own 100% of the rights to it, and you can resell it as long and as often as you want. You can even put your name on it or use a pen name. Now, this program gives you the only 3 sites that you should use when you're looking to have someone write your content. And I give you the exact wording to use, right? So I give you a template of the exact wording to use when you're looking to hire someone. The second option is you can speak it and then have it transcribed, right? So you can use speech recognition software like Dragon Naturally Speaking. There's a lot of free software that's out there. There's even free speech recognition software on most PC and Mac computers. The other option is you can write it yourself. Not my favorite, but if you're a writer, this would be the perfect option for you. My wife is able to write an ebook in 3 days or less. So you can literally crank out an ebook in 2 to 3 days. So now, the third step is once you have your ebook, you go in and you publish and launch your ebook to the Amazon platform. It literally takes about 10 to 15 minutes to both create your Kindle Publishers account as well as add ebooks to it. Right? Amazon has made this entire process easy. Why would they make it easy? And I'm going to show you how quickly this can be done in just a moment. But we're going to go in, we'll go into our Kindle Publishers account, we'll upload an ebook, and you'll see how quickly and easily it can be done. But why would they make it easy for you to, number one, create an account and make it simple and straightforward for you to be able to go in and upload your content? Well, the reason why is because they want your content, number one, and they want you to make money. Because when you make money, what happens? They make money. All right? When you make money, they make money. So they want to make the process as easy as possible. All right, so now, one of the questions that I see here is Michael is asking, how much of a share do you get? Well, here's the thing. So Amazon gives you 70%, right? And they only take 30%. So again, Amazon gives you the lion's share. Again, because they want to attract people to come into their program. They want to attract people that have content and they make their platform available. So let's go into how do we upload our content to Amazon and how do we do this in just a few minutes. So now I've got a video here that I want to share with you and you're going to see how quickly and easily this is done. Let's take a look at this. All right, there you go. So as you saw, in less than 13 minutes, we were able to get our book published and available on Amazon's platform. Right, so super simple, super easy. And once you have it up there, right, the next process is your book is now available and ready to make you money. Right, so it's now available and ready to make you money. So how many people would agree that that's a pretty straightforward process? And we're going to talk about that as well. So Sonia's asking, how do you price your book for maximum sales? We'll talk about that. Just remind me to talk about that at the end, okay? So once published, you can crank up your sales by repeating the process, publishing more ebooks, including sequels. You can go and you can tweak elements of your existing book. So things like your titles, your price points, your descriptions, your covers. You can always go back and change any of these elements after you launch your ebook, because remember, this is a digital book. It's not a physical book, so all of this stuff can be changed quickly, and it usually takes about 24 to 48 hours for Amazon to accept your changes. Now, let's review here really quickly. Here's what we've covered so far. Step one, how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes, even if you've never done anything like this before. Step two, 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast, even if you dislike writing. And step three, how to publish and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily so that you can start making sales. Now, is anyone starting to feel super excited about this? Like every time I talk about Kindle publishing, I get super excited, right? Catherine says definitely. Absolutely, Catherine. This is a game changer here, right? It's a game changer. So now I get excited because not only am I seeing a ton of success with this, but so are my students. Right here, just 1 month, just under $30,000 in deposits. Here, one of my students, Brian, is consistently making $5,000 a month with goals of getting to $10,000 a month. Here, another one of my students selling 5 copies of her first book within 48 hours of her publishing, right? And then here's another one of my students, Dan DeVry, generating $20,000 a month, and he's all the way over in Perth, Australia, and he's rocking it, right? So, how many ebooks do you need? Let me ask you a question here. How many ebooks would you need to make your life complete? So, using the system that I've created, where I show you how to go in and conduct the research, I show you how to title your ebooks the right way, I show you how to write your ebook, your descriptions, and how to price them for maximum sales, and I show you how to outsource all of this so that you don't have to do any of the work. With that said, on average, I find that each ebook generates about $500 a month in sales and about 167 potential leads. So, with that said, how many ebooks do you need? Can you imagine having 5, 10, or 20 ebooks all bringing in monthly income at an average of $500 a month, right? How many would work for you? Like, what would be that number for you at $500 on average? How many would you like to have? Right? This is a system where you do the work once, your ebook sell for months and years to come. It's the ultimate passive income stream. So what makes this different is that it continues to grow. As you saw, my first check was in the amount of $2,297.30, and then that went up to $2,800 the next month, and then $4,400, and then $8,400, and now consistently over $30,000 in sales per month, right? And consistent leads that are coming in. So let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to make a difference in your life? Is it an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month, an extra $2,000 a month? Right? I want you to answer that. And I'm not going to call out your name or anything, but I just want to know. I'm always curious about this. What would be life changing for you? So someone says 5 books would do it. That's awesome. Someone else says 7 books. Someone says 2 books a month. All right. Someone says 20 books. Someone else says $2,000 plus. So there's no limit. You can always continue to add on to this, right? Each book becomes a new income stream. So let me ask you, what would you do with the extra income? Would you put it towards your kid's future, use it to pay off your mortgage, buy a house, buy your dream car? Imagine that. I just bought my dream car. I bought a current year Audi S5 Sportback, right? It's a $65,000 car, and guess who paid for it? Amazon. Okay, would you use it to pay off your bills, get out of debt, travel the globe? We just got back from Italy. We just got back from a cruise, but before that, 2 months ago, we just got back from Venice. We were out in Venice, in Italy, my wife and I. And again, who pays for this? Amazon, right? We're constantly donating money to different charities, all right? So there's a lot that you can do with this once you have this type of revenue that's coming in. So let me ask you a question here. For past hour, would you agree that it's been time well spent? And obviously, we can't cover everything that you need in a 90-minute presentation. So I've created a special offer where you can get everything that you need to know. And if you act fast, I'm actually going to give you a very special deal. So I want to ask you a question, and I want input from everyone. Is it okay if I help you and share what I have? Sony says it's been times very well spent. All right, the yeses are coming in. Yes, 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 absolutely. Please do. So now, one of the things that I realize is that old habits die hard, right? And you'll be thrilled to know that what I've done is I've put together an entire program called Kindle Cashflow 2.0. This is an entire program that you get access to online. This is not my $20,000 program, right? But this is an online program that you get access to where you get to look over my shoulder, you get to see what I do and how the money comes in. And here's everything that you're going to get. You're going to get the setup, which is a $997 value. In this module, I cover setting up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. I cover the Kindling for Profits module, which is a $1,497 setup and value. And in this, I cover finding the right niche in readers, niches that sell, and readers that buy. I also give you the biomagnet module, which is a $2,997 value. And this covers the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. So things like covers and price points and descriptions and reviews. All of this super important stuff that you must know in order to do extremely well. Without that stuff, you do, you know, really poor. So I also give you the KDP cast extraction module, which covers all of the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will. All right. So you'll get that as well, which is a $3,500 value. All right. And you'll also get everything that's included in the fast action bonuses. Now, these are only for the first 10 people. That's it. Okay. You'll get fast action bonus number one, which is the Google Kindle Crunch. And this covers getting your ebook listed on Google and how you can use this to increase your sales. This is actually where 30% of my sales come from. It's a $1,997 value. You'll also get what's known as the Money Multiplicity module, which covers how to publish the same content to the Barnes& Noble's Nook Press platform, as well as other platforms as well. This is a $997 value as well. And then you'll also get a special fast action bonus, which is your own virtual assistant that can help you with researching topics, coming up with title ideas, writing out descriptions, communicating with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including working on some of your other businesses if you have them. So you'll get him or her, you'll get this individual for 40 hours, which is a $600 value, right? So you'll get them for 40 hours. Now, this actually cost me real money, so that's another reason why I can only give it to the first 10 people to sign up. Right, so now you're also going to get access to our private Facebook group where you get to ask questions, you get to get updates, you get to share ideas, you get to brainstorm, and you get to get help. You're surrounded by people that are having an immense amount of success with this entire program, right? People that are just starting out as you are, people that are at another level, right? And people that have just come in as you might just be coming in and have really taken this thing to like the moon, right? And they're making a lot of money. So think about it. If you got to the point where, like my student there in DeVry, you're making $20,000 a month, would it make sense to pay $5,000 for something like this? And then every sale after that month is pure profit. Now, you're not going to uh, pay $5,000 for this. All right. I just want to make that clear. But again, only the first 10 will get in. So you're going to type this URL when I give it to you. You want to be fast. All right. Now, with everything that you get coupled with the earnings, you can see why this would be a good deal if you had to pay $5,000 for it. Right. And typically, I do sell this for $4,997 for the general public. But because you're watching this event, you're going to be able to get in for just $997 if you're one of the first 10 people to join right now. You can do so by going to 30dayprofits.com. Again, that's 30dayprofits.com. I will type that URL into the questions box. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that number one, everyone is able to get in because we are going to max it out at 10. So once you do go in and get your order in, put in the words "I'm in" into the questions box so we can identify who's in and who comes in first, second, third, fourth. I'm not going to call out any names or anything like that, but I will be able to see who came in first, who came in second, so that way I know everyone that gets all of the bonuses. You can use your Visa, your MasterCard, your American Express, your Discover card, and you can also apply for PayPal credit if you're in the United States, okay? So again, you're going to visit 30dayprofits.com. Looks like we've got folks that are on their way over there already. I love fast action takers. All right, so if you're going to use PayPal credit, you can go over and make sure that you change the payment option to PayPal credit if you're going to use PayPal credit. If not, then you can use your regular PayPal funds. Now, here's a testimonial that we got from Darren DeVry. He says, this has been my best month so far with 258 sales to date at $10 each, right? So he's at $2,580 with only 3 titles. And then I asked him if I could use this testimonial. The next day, he sends me another email. He says, absolutely, you can use it. I'm now up to 336 sales as we speak. I'm very happy with that. I was hoping for 200 sales this month, and he surpassed that. So now he sends me an email just recently. This was actually a Skype message that he sent to me. He says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow a Kindle cash flow system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales, right? $20,000 a month, super easy money. Now imagine if all this did was to finally allow you to generate a consistent hands-free passive income every month, would it be worth it? Right? If all this did was to give you the kick in the butt to finally get you moving and making money, would it be worth it? And folks, don't be left out because again, we're only taking 10 people. As you go in, I see some people are typing in I'm in. As you go in and get your order in, type in the words I'm in so we know who came in and what order so that you can get all of the bonuses that are due to you. If all this did was give you 2 to 3 ebooks that each brought in $500 per month to pay a bill or to save, would it be worth it? Now, here's the other thing. This entire program comes with a 60-day, 100% risk-free money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely everything to gain and nothing to lose, right? So with that, you get the opportunity to actually go in and do a lot within that period, right? And you get access to a great program. Here's the entire program. You'll get access to it immediately once you go in and place your order, right? And then here's everything that you're going to get. So you're going to get the setup module, which is a $997 value. This covers setting up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. You'll also get the Kindling for Profits module, which is a $1,497 value. And this covers finding the right niches and readers, niches that sell as well as readers that buy. You'll also get the Biomagnet module, which is a $2,997 value, and this covers the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. Things such as covers and price points and descriptions and reviews we cover in this module, as well as you'll get the KDP Cast extraction module, which is a $3,500 value. And this covers all of the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will, simply because they don't have what it is that you have from this entire program here. All right, so you'll get a lot of stuff out of this. Total value $8,991, and the fast action bonuses that you'll get as well for Google Kindle Crunch, getting your ebook listed in Google, and using both Amazon and Google to catapult your sales, as I do. You'll get the Money Multiplicity bonus, which will show you how to take the same content that you'll be publishing to Amazon and also publish it to other platforms so that you can triple your exposure and income potential. You'll also get your own virtual assistant for 40 hours, right? So this person will be able to help you with anything that you need, which is a great asset. You'll also get access to the private Facebook group, right? So you can come in and introduce yourself and you'll see the entire community. There's just over 1,000 people, about 1,200 people in the group right now. So lots of people to learn from and to fellowship with. Now, normally, as I mentioned earlier, this program is sold for $5,000 when I sell it from the stage, but because you're watching this event, it's because you're watching this event, if you're one of the first 10, you join right now at just $997 when you go to 30dayprofits.com. Again, 30dayprofits.com. I'll put that URL into the questions box and you should be able to click on it. You can't click onto my screen, but I did just put the link into the questions box. And again, let me know once you get in by putting the words I'm in into the questions box, and we'll reserve your slot, right? So that you'll be one of the first 10 to get in. Now, here's the thing, right? If you don't have a $997, I see some people are asking for a payment plan. We do have another option for you, right? You can go in and you can make one payment of $549 right now, and then 30 days from now, you'll make your second payment of $549. Now, you can use yourkindlekit.com if that's the option that resonates with you most, right? Yourkindlekit.com, okay? And that will give you the two payment option. And if you want to make just a one payment, you simply go to 30dayprofits.com. All right, so there you go. So ask me any questions that you have here. At this point, you have two options, right? You've got two choices. The first is to do nothing and not take this leap of faith, and then the second one is to pony up the small amount and to really invest in the program and yourself today and give it a shot. I mean, it comes with a complete 60-day money back guarantee. All right. It comes with everything that you need to be successful at it. And then it also comes with what I call my crazy 3-part guarantee. So there's 3 parts to this. The first part is if you can't find a topic to create your first ebook around, I will personally help you to get started. Okay, so that's part 1 of my 3-part crazy guarantee. The second part is outsourcing. If you can't find someone to write your ebook for you, I will give you access to one of my best writers who will write your ebook for you for under $150. Okay. And then the third part to my 3-part crazy guarantee, all right, is if after 60 days you're not making at least $500 per ebook, I will have one of my top coaches jump on a call with you to help kickstart your sales. So I want you to just pay attention to all 3 of those there. This is totally what I call my no-fail formula here. So you actually can't fail. I help you with the ebook publishing, help you with the outsourcing process and the sales process. So there's literally nothing that's standing in your way there. Right? Awesome. Great to see all of the awesome reaction here. All right, so now here's the URL again. With everything that you get coupled with the earnings potential, you can see why this program is an extremely great deal at $5,000. Normally it's $4,997 for the general public, but because you're watching this event, you can get in at just the $997. Now think about it. There's the tale of 2 individuals. There's the individual who I like to call Timid Tommy, right? And timid Tommy is the person that's skeptic. He is very doubtful, never seems to have much success with anything. It's because he's always the pessimistic, right? He's always the person that is never willing to take a chance on himself. And then you also have Brave Bob, the other individual. So Brave Bob is the person that has always seemed like whatever he touches turns to gold. So it seems like whatever he touches, it turns to gold. And that's because he believes in himself. He gives everything a try and he tries more things than the average individual. Right. So as a result, he sees more success. So that's where you have to be, folks. You have to be willing to try. Right. So uh, I want to show you what to do next. When you go over and you visit 30dayprofits.com, you're going to see an order page that looks similar to this. You click on the payment option that you want and it'll take you directly to your payment order page, and then you get access to the program there. Right, so here's everything that you're going to get, and this is the bonuses that you'll get as well as the virtual assistant. You'll get access to the Facebook group as well. And again, this is one of your final chances to get in. And what I want to do now is if you have any questions, I want to take a couple of questions really quickly. So let's see if there's any questions that are coming in. What questions do you have about the program so far? And you can use the questions box here to go in and type in your questions, and I'll definitely answer them. So what questions do you have about the program so far? All right, looks like I've done such a great job that no one has any questions here. All right, so we are actually coming down to the close here. So I'm going to give you a few more minutes if you want to go in and ask your question. TJ, you've got a great audience here, so I really, really, really appreciate you inviting me here and coming on board and giving me an opportunity to talk to your group here. It's been a great experience. So remember, folks, you can go in and get access immediately by visiting 30dayprofits.com, 30day profits.com. It looks like TJ is in the background here.
Yeah, I want to thank you, Ty, because we don't have enough of this type of information available to our members as of late. And we get inquiries about this all the time. We do have a few publishers in the forum and the community, and I personally communicate with them almost every week at one point in time or another. And they're all doing great on Kindle and other publishing platforms, but their main source of income still today, even after all these years of Kindle being out, is Amazon. As you hit the highlight at the very beginning, one thing that I find amazing is that there's so many. What was the number? A half a billion or
Half
500
a
million?
billion. Yeah.
I mean, that's who has a bigger list than that? And to be able to tap into that, with simple little projects like these little books you can put out for a few dollars and drive traffic to it and have Google do half the selling for you because Amazon wants to get those books sold. And so, I mean, it's the perfect cycle. You use your resources that you provide to these people, our members, when they buy into your project or into your coaching course, and they're able to knock out these little books every 3 days. They can knock a book out. I'll bet you've got your system down now where you can knock them out in a day probably. But even if you only did one a week, and and you're profitable within your first month. I remember back, you and I were talking before we got started here today about our backgrounds in business, and when we first got started in this industry, and how we had to knock around and learn things on our own, and it didn't really have guidance from someone like yourself. And we have to be grateful that there's guys like you now that have these coaching programs that can set someone on the right path. I've always loved writing, and there's a lot of people in the community are always telling me, you need to write more, you need to write more. I got into the administration, I wasn't writing as much content as I used to, but I love writing, and I should do more of it. I have never published anything on Kindle, but I can tell you I write somewhere around 5 to 6,000 words a day,
Wow.
both in this forum, and another community that I belong to for administrators of forums. And it's just content. And if I'm writing that content, I can write any content. And if I don't have time to do it, I can outsource it. And you pave the way for our members to do that. So I got to recommend to everybody, you guys need to understand, all of you are writing content every day and you don't know what to do with it. You're just writing it in forums or to your friends on Facebook. You could turn that into a gold mine. And with Ty's help, I guarantee you that you're going to find a path to success with Kindle.
Absolutely, absolutely, TJ. It's one of the easiest processes. We were talking earlier about, some of the different businesses and things that we've each been involved with. And this Kindle publishing has been the absolute easiest and most satisfying, as well as one of the least stressful that I've been in over the years. So it's definitely a game changer.
Yeah, guys, those of you that are still hanging in there with us right now, I gotta highly recommend it. You got nothing to lose. Ty's a great guy. He wants you to succeed, and you've got a guarantee. It doesn't get any better than that. You can take a look at the content. You can put it to work. You can get his help. You can get his coaching. You can get someone to guide you when you have questions. He's got a Facebook group with how many thousands did you say?
We've got just over 1,200 people in the Facebook group right now.
Yeah, see, so I mean, what more do you need? I mean, if you want a means by which to build a truly passive income, this is it. This is the epitome of passive income. Write something, write it once, put it up for sale, move on to the next one. And here's another thing, writers, I was watching MSNBC the other day, and they had a couple of political writers on there that have recently re-released books that they wrote 5, 6, 8, 10 years ago, and just created a new firestorm for those books. So if you really want true passive income, there is nothing better than a book. Everything else you're going to have to work at on a daily basis. With a book, you write it once, you put it out there, and maybe a few years down the road, you do an updated version of it. You know, Ty's got Kindle Cash Flow 2.0. Well, there had to be a 1.0 at some point, right? So if you've got the time and you can make it work for yourselves, he's got payment plans, jump in on it, give it a shot. Do yourself a favor. You know, if you're hanging on the fence, don't be a fence hanger. Fence hangers get nothing done. You get stuck on that fence and you'll never leave it. You don't need to look for greener pastures. You just need to pick up the opportunity today, jump in on this, and give it a go with Ty, and he'll make you money.
I love it. Fence hangers, no fence hangers allowed here. So there you go. You heard it directly from the man himself. Folks, you have one more chance to get in. 30dayprofits.com is the URL. And if you have any questions, go in and post them into the questions box. We'll be here for another couple of seconds here. And man, this has been fun. I love the interaction. I love the audience. I love how you guys pay attention. And it's just been a great time. So I appreciate everyone. All right, so it looks like we've covered all questions here. With that said, I want everyone to have a good day, good night, good morning. I know we've got people that are literally watching in all parts of the planet here. So have a great one, folks. And TJ, thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, Ty. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye, guys.